Good morning and welcome to Drag and Drive News, your source for news and entertainment in the Drag and Drive community. All right, guys, let's get to it. Here's the deal. I hate this camera. I hate this webcam. I'm buying a new one. Here we go. Let's jump into it. I want to apologize for being a few minutes late. This is getting started about 10 minutes later than I wanted to. But listen, I was sick last night, so I've been up since 5 this morning making the final notes on this stuff as we go through this show. So bear with me. I will say for everybody that is watching this later, thank you. And we are loading this to the podcast site as well, which right now is just on Spotify, but we have submitted for Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Overcast, all the different ways to load podcasts. We're doing it. And my new standard operating procedure is to take the episodes that I record, download them to audio, and load them up on podcasts as quickly as possible. So be watching for those as well on your favorite podcast source. I want to talk about Andrew and Calvin Nelson. They were on last night with Matt Happel of Sloppy Mechanics on a live stream, a Sloppy Mechanics radio show. Great episode. Those dudes, you guys know I am huge fans of them. They are simply amazing, and they have built a Volvo. They talked about it on this show, on the Drag and Drive show on Wednesday nights. They talked about it there. You can find it, Nivlak57 on YouTube, and watch the entire build there. Super freaking cool. The episode last night is 3 hours long, so turn it on while you're wrenching on your car today. Hopefully, if you're getting ready for sick week, you can do that. But also, after you listen to the Sloppy Mechanics radio show, flip over to our YouTube or Facebook channels or the podcast on Spotify. From Wednesday night's episode of the Drag and Drive show, we had the Redwood Rally hosts on. They talked about the route they were going to drive on. They talked about the car count. They talked about how they sold out before even opening it up to the public, which is amazing. We had Scott Brown on, the social media influencer himself that drives Capone, the 53 Bel Air 8-second car. And then we had Devin Vanderhoof on as a last-minute fill-in. I mean, literally 4 minutes till the episode started. Devin Vanderhoof agreed to come on. Appreciate him. We spent 3 hours talking about Drag and Drive. Love that episode. It was really good. I am also trying to cut down some things on it. I see Eric White is here in the back. Dude, I want to say thank you for popping in, for maybe helping put some comments up on the screen, because I'm not going to be able to do that as I run through this. You guys know how it goes. He gives me the thumbs up, man. I really do appreciate all of his help. If you guys haven't subscribed to 815 LSX Swaps, please do that. And Motorsports Paparazzi, y'all, that is his new venture of automotive photography and videography, not just personal builds and event coverage. This is your cars. If you haven't seen your stuff on Motorsports Paparazzi, you're going to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, loaded that up for sick week. So loaded the episode up for sick week on the podcast, so you guys should be able to see it. And then this Wednesday, we'll have Eric White back on as a co-host. We have Brian Loans and Derek Putnam here not in the show, but on the show to talk about Sick Week, because they are both announcing at the event. So Sick Week, we're going to talk about Wednesday night, 8 p.m., YouTube and Facebook. Guys, we're live on 8 different channels. We're live on the 815 channels. We're live on everything that I have on Facebook and YouTube. And then there's some stuff coming for Instagram and TikTok as well, but I'm not going to talk about it. We will discuss more in-depth stuff to kick off the show on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. About Instagram and TikTok and what's coming up on that. Let's jump into the Built for Drag and Drive segment this week. Guys, we have Mr. Scott Brown. I want to say thank you to Sweet Patina for sponsoring Built for Drag and Drive. Their sponsorship and their discount code to you guys allows us to do these type of vehicle coverage, things like that. This week I didn't go out and visit because I will be seeing Scott next week. His car is the feature car this week. So when you are on sweetpatina.com, which I know you're going to go visit that right after this episode, TKO hand cleaning wipes and all of the other apparel and merch and detail products and everything they have. You can use code DND57 at checkout for a 10% discount on your entire order. And I just got a sneak peek of some banners they have being made. I will have one here in the podcast room soon. They are also going to be loaded up. They have all kinds of license plates and 10 signs and all that kind of stuff. This week's feature car is Scott Brown with the 53 Chevrolet, known as Capone. Phillip Thomas wrote the article that I'll be posting shortly about Scott's car. The article is amazing. The pictures that come with it are amazing. And he talks a lot more in depth about the history of the car than what we got Wednesday night. That was kind of a gloss over. So this way you get a little more in-depth detail. Scott bought the car in 2008. Let me actually pull up a picture of it here. Scott bought the car in 2008 and then started his first, or competed in his first drag and drive at the 2014 Hot Rod Drag Week when it came to Tulsa and the surrounding area. Well, I guess I'm not bringing you up pictures. My picture thing just decided it didn't want to do anything today. So that's great. Okay, awesome. Well, you get to watch me talk about Scott Brown's car. Started his drag and drive career 2014 Hot Rod Drag Week. There's something big that happened at the 2014 Hot Rod Drag Week, but I don't know what it is, and I'm going to find out. He melted a piston. He tells a little bit of that story in our Wednesday episode, but goes into a little more detail in this article. Swapped it right there in the pits at Great Bend, and then drove, after fixing it, drove down to Tulsa, got there like 3 o'clock in the morning. He told Phillip, I was more tired than I have ever been, but I didn't want to give up. And I think that is the truest statement for anybody within the drag and drive community. There are so many engine swap stories, head repair. You know, Eric Wilson changed a rod and piston on the side of the road in a ditch in a driveway for race week 2021. So it's just craziness. The car currently has an aluminum 6-liter LS2 Trick Flow 220s, Brian Tooley twin turbo stage 3 cam, and he has upgraded to a big single, I think for this year or last year, forced inductions, 85102 and a 4L80 trans. I mean, this car literally is built for drag and drive. Quickest ET in a drag and drive event was Sick Week last year with an 8.517. The car has been 844 at 160. But this year for Sick Week, he has made some changes and he is going 235 racing, tiny tire. The Rowdy Radio class is coming over from Rocky Mountain Race Week. You know, Matt Frost started all of that kind of 235 eighth mile stuff in this drag and drive event. And so Sick Week is adopting those rules in that class. And so it's going to be really exciting to see how much this grows with now 3 national level events that will have a 235 dedicated eighth mile class. And then I'm pretty sure that Street and Yeet also has a 235 class. So I want to say thanks to Phillip Thomas for writing the article. It's really amazing. And you guys will see it here probably in a couple hours on first the website, and then I'm going to share it obviously over onto Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Excited to have the team at Sweet Patina on board as the Built for Drag and Drive sponsor for 2023. Sweet Patina has a full offering of detail products from car wash soap to degreaser to interior conditioner. Sweet Patina has 11 detail products you need in your garage. All products can be used on gloss, satin, matte, and patina finishes. You know, we love patina stuff around here. My favorite item they offer is the TKO hand cleaning wipes, which I talked about earlier. They are a heavy-duty waterless wipe. They're my go-to whenever I'm in the junkyard, whenever I'm repairing something, whenever I got to run in the house real quick and grab some stuff and I don't want to get everything absolutely dirty in there. The waterless makes it so much nicer to be able to just clean your hands, throw it in the trash, and go on. Again, use code DND57 at checkout for a 10% discount on your entire order at sweetpatina.com. Whew, I'm getting better at that, I think, maybe a little bit. Eric is laughing in the background. Event updates, guys, listen, Drag Challenge 2023 just ended. From what I can see, there's 110 entries. Again, they just finished last night. So I'm going to go back through, see, maybe I've missed a few things like that. It's literally pulling all that data from the internet, from the webpage. There's no, Excel file or anything like that. So it's basically hand building it. That's part of the other reason I've been up since about 5:30. Overall winner and Turbo Smart Outlaw Blown class winner, Harry Haig. He's one of our favorite folks to come over for Drag Week. His fastest ET of the week was a 764. Now, a little different than everybody else because they are running 2 eighth mile classes or 2 eighth mile tracks or 1 eighth mile track, something like that. So we're going to talk about the total ET time of these guys for the entire week. Okay. So his total to win the week is a 33,832 across 5 tracks. Now, again, one of those is an eighth mile track. His fastest quarter mile pass of the week for any competitor is Daniel Sabalix. I think that's probably close. 7,532. The quickest person without a trailer, Chris Karsberg, 7,971. Pretty awesome. All it said on his was a Holden, so I don't know what kind of Holden he had. I'll have to, again, I'll look at that. I'm going to have a full write-up on the website here soon. Jamie Turner won the Vibrant Dial Your Own class. This is what's crazy. A split of 0.013 wins the class across 5 different tracks. It's pretty amazing. Slowest car. This is one of my favorite. I think I'm going to start sponsoring this award for any drag and drive event. But slowest car to not use the beam brake 22nd ET was Josh Chifalo with a total of 57,804. So if you kind of do the math on that, I mean, that's some 10, 11, 12 second time slip. So not slow at all. I think he had a 13.6 in there, actually. The Haltech Radial Blown is Daniel Sabalix. Total ET 34,469. So he wasn't far behind Harry Hayes of 33,832 across all the days. The Pacemaker Radial Naturally Aspirated class was won by Keith Hards with a total of 36,414 with his fastest quarter mile ET of 8,491. So again, I want to find out if that's small block, big block, what all we have in that makes that class. And then one class I really like that they do is the 6-cylinder stuff because there's so many Barras over there. That class was actually won by a truck, which is very rare because typically a Ford F100 truck looks like a 60s, early 70s truck to me. They're not very aerodynamic at all. That truck actually laid down a 38,092 total ET, and the fastest quarter mile ET of that truck is an 8,477. So pretty fast. Street Machine TV has been sharing links to the YouTube, sharing YouTube links to the Drag and Drive Addiction Facebook group all week. So make sure you jump in there and go find that channel, Street Machine TV, one word, on YouTube to see all of the content from Drag Challenge 2023. If you remember, they were going to do it in late 2022 and then had some issues with some tracks and I think some shutdowns and things like that with the sickness, and so they moved it back. Luckily, they were able to get it going this week. So Sick Week starts next Sunday, not tomorrow, but literally 8 days from now. I'm anxious. This event changed our life. Last year, we actually started the entire channel 5 days, a year and 5 days ago. On January 31st, we made our first post to anything for the channel and have grown like crazy. So again, Sick Week starts it. You know how the Instagram thing works and YouTube works. A year later, here we go. We're fixing to take off again. We did make more than 300 posts for the event last year. So I'm excited. We're going to do that at least, if not more, this year because Eric has been nice enough. I'm going to be able to load some things to the Google Drive, and then he can take them and post them to the pages. So that'll help me a lot on that side, or he can help me write up whatever. I don't know. He doesn't know how hard he's going to be working this week, but I'll make it up to him, I promise. So again, if you haven't followed him, 815 LSX Swaps or Motorsports Paparazzi. I do want to ask in the chat or the comments if you're watching this later, and if you're listening to it on the podcast, message us or post on one of the Facebook or Instagram posts about this one. How many cars are going to break on day 0? That's the question. How many people are going to register? They're going to get through registration and not make day 1. Now, I don't remember how many it was last year, but really feel like it was at least 12 or 13. So that kind of gives you a number to go for there. Again, in the comments or chat, how many cars will break on day 0 in testing? of the 140 names that I have gathered from Facebook posts and other people saying, "Hey, I'm going. Hey, we're bringing this, all this kind of stuff." I gathered 140 names. Of those, it looks like there are 96 new entries to the drag and drive community. Now, I know some of those will be corrected. A lot of things that happen, one event, somebody's named Rick, and the next one, their name is Richard. One is named Dan, then Danny, and another one. So I've got to go through and clean all that stuff up. But I probably will not do that until after day one or maybe day zero if they release the standings or the list. So that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, we can't do that until that is made public. Those guys are just too busy for me to ask for the registration list this early. Plus, you guys know it doesn't matter. If I had the list now, there's going to be probably 10 to 15% of those people that won't make it, that are on that list, that have paid to enter, that, I last minute, oh man, I'm not going to get these parts that I've known I've needed to order for 6 months. Anyways, 96 new entries out of 140. Are we really looking at 70% new people into the drag and drive community? I sure hope we have a ton of new people, but I hope we have a lot of people that come back, because I feel like the veterans of these events help drive the culture and the atmosphere of an event. If you have a lot of people that are serious race car people, they come to these events, they just don't understand the laid back, and everybody wants everybody to win. Everybody wants everybody to finish. So we'll see. We'll know more, obviously, at the end of day one. Typically, Tanya and her team put that list out, I don't know, midnight or 1:00, something like that. So I will be watching for that. Let's see, move through that. Let's talk about racers that are coming back, because this is exciting. Stefan Gustafsson is coming back and to defend his overall champion title. Guys, he made some serious upgrades, and I'm really excited for him to come back. He has said a few times in a few different comments that this car could be a second faster this year than what it was last year, which is pretty awesome to think, because he finished last year with a 6.77 average with his fastest pass of a 6.538. So is he going to be capable of running some low sixes? Is it a low or a high five? Something like that. So I don't know. It's going to be really crazy to watch that car. I really hope he is a contender for the overall championship again, because he is shipping that car back to Sweden to compete in Street Week over there. So I hope we can do that. I hope he wins it and then sends it home, and then nobody can compete against that car again here in the States. And then he goes home and wins Street Week again, I think for like the third time. There's several cars that will be coming that are capable of running sixes. My question here that I have for you is, will Alex Taylor run her first 6-second pass at a drag and drive event in the 55? She ran several 7.0s during drag week, and she has run in the sixes, I think a 6.92 after sick week last year. So I wonder, can she put that together? Can she get there? Because drag and drive trim is so much different than just absolutely gutted race car stuff. And then Clay Milliken is releasing the Dentley truck, or not releasing, I don't know, whatever you'd call it. He's bringing the Dentley truck. It is a twin turbo Hemi. Is it capable of sixes at its first event? Now, I know he's has done some testing. I know he has driven that truck around quite a bit, getting it ready, making sure all the stuff works. But, is that truck capable in drag and drive trim with him driving in his first drag and drive event of running sixes and making the week? Because that's the biggest thing. We don't care how fast he goes once. We want to know how fast he goes every day. And then Boostmaster, the wagon from Steve Morris, that car is capable of 5-second passes. To Derek Putnam wrote an article the other day for Sick the Mag website about that car being capable of 5 seconds. We have Tom's 6-second 2.0 that has obviously been fives a few different times, but he posted his most recent video talks about he's got some struggles on the cylinder. He's got some turbo smoking, things like that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. And then, guys, my favorite class, the 850, the street race class, this year is going to be nuts. So Brian Acton got the email the other day. So him and Jay Blanchard are cranking on the Nova. Like right now, Jay posted something late last night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Jay Wire Solutions about they were working on some wiring stuff for it. They're building a new trailer hitch brace for the basket on the back. And I think they have even purchased a trailer. We'll have to see if he can comment in here and let me know. So they're coming. They took second place at Hot Rod Drag Week in the street race class. Dustin and Steve Trance are coming, who won the Hot Rod Drag Week in the 850 class, with Dustin being the third person to ever run an 8500 at Drag Week. And then Aaron Schaefer has been testing his Camaro, and he's got it dialed as well. He is our 2022 overall 850 closest 850 racer. And then I think he may be the closest street race average to 850 ever. I think he's got an 8517 or something like that average. So whatever it is, he won it. He says that he has that car dialed to 5 O's easily all day. So we're going to see. We're going to know soon. I will be following each of those racers, plus about another 8 or 9 racers throughout the week. That means I'm going to be talking to them every day. I'm going to be cutting up videos every day of these racers. Again, I tell you all the time that the 850 class is my favorite. That is a class that I am going to focus on very hard this year, because I feel like that is the perfect street car. And as we move forward, I think that class is only going to grow and get that much tighter. Here's what I'll say about that, and then we'll move on. The 850 class, so we were close to, we obviously had a 9-second top 25 class or list last year, which means the top 100 stayed within the 8s. I truly feel with as many national events as we have this year, we're going to see several cars faster than 849, which means we will have an 850 list within that. So, we're not, just because we're in the 8s doesn't mean we're going to skip 840s and go right to the 90 class. So if we have a chance to run a full 850 top 25 list, I'm definitely going to do that, because I think we'll have that many cars here. If you want to see the lists of 2022, we have that on dragondrive.com, and you can also jump over there and pick you up some merch, hats, hoodies, all that kind of stuff. We've got the I Survived a Drag and Drive decal, all that kind of stuff. And if you missed our show 2 weeks ago, which I hope you didn't, the Drag and Drive show, Molly Motorsports signed up. They are now the official pistons of dragondrive.com. The Power Pack piston is a perfect candidate for your Drag and Drive car. Molly is a team that not only supports the community, because they're at almost every national Drag and Drive event, they also race with us. Eric Grillo, product manager at Molly, races a 10-second stick shift Nova. He raced it at Hot Rod Drag Week. He's been on a couple others. He also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week with his C10 truck. He has owned both of those cars since almost high school, guys. That's pretty amazing. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent lineup of products. All right. I'm going to wait on comments. I'm going to do those at the end of this. We've got a few minutes left. I got one last little bit here. Housekeeping stuff for dragondrive.com. I ordered the I Survived a Drag and Drive 2022 decals yesterday. We had 180 decals ordered, so I want to say thank you to everybody that ordered a decal. I'm excited to see what these decals will look like in 5 years, kind of stacked on people's car window and things like that. I think it's going to be really fun. So thank you to everybody that pre-ordered those. I'm ordering a few more in case someone missed out. You can still find those on the dragondrive.com/shop website. And then I'm also ordering I Survived Drag and Drive 2023 decals. I won't have them by the start of sick week or the 2022 by the start of sick week. But if the printer is done with them, I'm asking them to send them to Orlando, so then I can, those are $5 each. So you can purchase those at the end of sick week if you survive. That's the biggest thing, if you survive. I want to thank everybody that's ordered merch. Along with their I Survived the Drag and Drive decal, I've had a huge run on shirts and hats and several hoodies. So it's exciting. I'm ready to see everybody wearing their Drag and Drive Addiction merch. If you are at sick week or at an event that I am attending and you are in your shirt, please please, please let me get a picture so I can post it on social, a selfie. I'll get that shot of you walking away. I don't care. Whatever we got to do, I need that stuff. So I'm excited to see everybody wearing that and see the decals for the list racers on all of the Sick Week cars as well. Hey guys, I'm going to tell you, some big stuff went down yesterday. I haven't told anybody except my wife and brother, but if you're watching on Wednesday night, I may be able to release it then. And if so, I will tell you this. It's going to change the Drag and Drive Addiction page forever and ever. So I'm really, really, really excited. And we could not have done that without your support, your comments, your shares, your likes on videos, your purchase of merch, all that kind of stuff. So from the literal deepest part of my heart, thank you so much for everything you have done for me, done for the entire team at Drag and Drive Addiction. Big stuff is happening. We have some huge things that are just right under the surface. So if I can't make the announcement Wednesday night, I'll probably wait until I'm at Sick Week to make the announcement. So y'all, I want to say thank you. Now let's jump in and look at some comments because I haven't looked at a single comment. So we're going to have to probably recap some stuff here as we go through. All righty. Let's, holy geez. Let's start with the starred comments. Thank you again. Eric White, 815 LSX Swaps. Is Steven taking his car? No, not on Sick Week. Steven is planning for Race Week 2.0, the Rocky Mountain Edition with the MG. So if nobody's seen that, Project Adam Ant on Narcoleptic Customs. And then Rich Guido leaving today. That's awesome. Headed to Sick Week from Canada. Hopefully I don't break today. No, if you guys don't know and you are under a rock, Rich Guido drives that car from Canada, 3,000 miles, 3,500 miles to get to Florida and races and then drives it home. And he's had to repair some stuff on the side of the road on his trip last year. Jeff Kershik here. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like so many are still thrashing to get their cars done. That is 100% true. It's wild. And I will plead with people, please, if you are not going to make it and we're literally a week out, please give the people at home a chance. Please call it. Go home. If you don't already have all of your parts, if your engine is still out, you may be in trouble unless you're Brian Havlick, which we know he can do crazy things. We've seen him do crazy things last year. Brett Marvel, one of my favorite C10 people, he's going to be down there. I saw his post the other day. He is on the list. Jay, oh yeah, Jay, dude, you don't need to be watching this. You need to be working, man. Nibs 57. Yep. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Hoping to be on the dyno tomorrow with the Volvo. Y'all, this is exciting. And then Calvin, we're going to need you to edit and upload that video as fast as possible because I'm literally on the edge of my seat about this car. I can't wait to see the Volvo. Yeah, Justin Ray. What's up, Justin Chestnut? 13-second class. I'm excited. He'll be in the D class racers and then probably DYO. And we'll know more about it this year. There's a whole video series on that last year and how I completely screwed us up. And we spent an extra 3 hours at a track that we didn't need to spend just because I thought we couldn't turn in a pass faster than what we had before. So, yes. Kevin White, Drag and Drive Fans UK. Reckon Devin on a 235 could go a 6 if that class was full 1320. That is for sure. That car's been 6s before. Probably could do it on a 235. He said the other night on Wednesday that he has run some 430s in that car. So pretty crazy to think that, and that was on 275s, I think. I think he ran 450s on the 235. So, yeah, Street Sick Week Freaks. It's going to be so cool. I've got several of those folks I'm following. Calvin and Andrew Nelson are one of the folks that I'm going to be following for the week. And then Tony Nimchek is coming back in his Mitsubishi Eclipse or Eagle Talon. I think it's Eagle Talon. I don't know. One of the two. 8-second all-wheel drive 4G63 setup. Rich Guido, yep, very cool, Mike. Looking forward to hearing your good news, man. Thank you very much. I'm so excited about it. It really will change everything that we've got coming. And then Dan Chandler's headed down this Tuesday. That's great. He is a Rocky Mountain Race Weeker family coming to Sick Week. Oh, dude, Pat Cook, the Grom racer right here. Looking forward to seeing it. You're killing it, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to jump into some other comments here. Eric, was there anything else that was super cool Let's see, Dustin Trance, this dude right here, 8500, Mr. 850. Looking forward to Sick Week. Should be a good race in street race. I said it earlier. I say it all the time. This class is going to be nuts. And, you know, with Dustin, with Brian, and then with Aaron, we already know there's 8.5. These cars are way faster than 850, but, you know, they cannot turn in a pass faster than 850. We also have Matt Lampier coming for the 850 class. He won it last year, I think, with a 8.530 average or something like that. He's put that car down in the high 780s or something like that. So the Miata is coming. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the folks at home, be listening for the B class calls on the live streams, which I think is going to be done on the Tom Bailey channel. B class 850 cars are going to be insane street race. Again, I'm following a lot of those cars all week. I think 4 of the 12 cars I have on my list are street race class. So anyways, I want to say thanks, guys. This puts me right at 30 minutes and 45 seconds. New stuff coming for TikTok and Instagram. If you're not following over there, you need to do that for sure. All right, guys, thanks a bunch. I'm ending it here. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel and Drag and Drive News, baby. We'll see you next Saturday morning.